Hey there, I'm Sandy Reese, back with another tip to help you raise more money for your small nonprofit. Today's tip is something that I stumbled across early on in my career, and I kind of did it by accident, but honestly, I was just following my instincts. And here's what it is. You want to create a fact sheet for every program that your organization operates, and here's why. I remember that I was working on a grant for a particular program, and I was having to gather a lot of information and description of the program and who we served and what it cost and all that. And as I looked at all that information, I thought, boy, this would be easy to put this into a fact sheet. And then I was sure that I could probably use the fact sheet in a lot of different ways. It was not very fancy. I didn't have it professionally designed or anything. I simply put it on letterhead, and it served me so very well. I did use it for an attachment to a grant, but then I also used it when people had specific questions about that program. I could give it away. If I had people who wanted information about our organization as a whole, I could grab all of those fact sheets for programs and share it. Today, in addition to using those for grants, you could post this on social media. You could post it on your website. You could include this as an attachment with things. You could also use it as a marketing tool when you're trying to gather people to participate and use the services of that program. I kind of roughed out for you here what I would put into a fact sheet for an organization. Everything from a brief description of the program. So this is program specific, not for your whole organization, but just a program. A description of the program, who you're serving, the number of people you're serving, and the demographic. This is important. A little bit about the need that you're addressing, again, the number and the situation, so that people can get an idea of the scope and the context of this program and how it works. I would include the total cost, and this is one where you want to include not just the fixed cost for this program, but also the what I would call the administrative cost. So you need to really look at how you calculate what it costs you to run that program. I've got a whole other video where I talk about indirect and direct costs. If you haven't looked at that one, you need to go find it. And then I would round this out with a photo or a story about that program and how it's making a big difference in the world. I find this to be a great exercise. If you don't already have information gathered up for your programs, this can be a terrific exercise to really force you to get super clear about what your programs are about, who they serve, and gather some words. It'll give you an opportunity to pull together paragraphs that you've written and refine them and edit them, and you're going to wind up with some text that's going to be pretty good that you're going to want to use again and again. So I highly recommend this, a fact sheet for each of the programs that your organization provides to the community. You can get more tips on fundraising on our website at getfullyfunded.com/blog. There are literally hundreds of articles there that are all just waiting for you. And you can get more video tips like this at getfullyfundedtv.com. I'll see you next time.